This is how I measure the bobbin thread tension of my sewing machine. I pull up the spring dynamometer here with a thread. At the same time I adjust the tension with a screwdriver. It's quite easy to do this way. Now I'll explain it in more detail. This is the spring dynamometer, and it has got a spring up here, and when you pull in this hook down here, you see that there is a scale, and here you can see how much tension you put on the dynamometer here. So in this way you are able to measure the thread tension. It's a quite cheap instrument. You can get them for about $1 or $2. They come in different variations. This is another kind, but it works in the same way. It's like a glass tube up here. You got an indicator there, and when you pull it down you can see how much tension you apply. This one is up to 20 Newton. You can see here this got a maximum of 2.5 Newton. It's almost the same as 250 grams. For bobbin thread tension I recommend you use one that is up to 1 Newton. It will be better to use that. This spring dynamometers is good in some other way because it is also possible for it to measure in other directions. So you don't need to be vertical here. You can measure the tension in all kinds of directions with such a spring dynamometer. If you have got physics in school, you most likely already have used this kind of instrument. They are mostly sold for schools. This is the bobbin area of this Singer 201. When I pull the thread up here, you can see that the bobbin is turning. And the screw for setting the bobbin thread tension is over here, and you can adjust the bobbin thread tension in this way. It's difficult to take out the shuttle here. You will be best off to measure the bobbin thread tension when you got the shuttle in the machine, like I just showed you. A lot of machines got the shuttle like this. I use more kinds of thread for my machines. With a different thread you will typically need to adjust the bobbin thread tension again, especially if it is another thickness. This is a TEX 135 thread, and I normally set the bobbin thread tension to 0.5 Newton for this thread. But for TEX 24 thread that could be normal to use, you would set it to about 0.25 Newton. Some experienced sewers will be able to just feel how much thread tension that is coming when you pull it here. This is also a way to do it. A good thing about measuring the tension is that you can also evaluate if there is some errors and what is the variation in tension and so on, so you can figure out if something is wrong with the machine. It can be harder if you just feel it. This is another kind of shuttle for a sewing machine. You may have seen them before, and normally for this kind of shuttle you measure the thread tension outside the machine. What I show you now is the yo-yo method. When I hold the shuttle like this, then the tension in the thread here will be the weight of the bobbin and shuttle, and it is about 17 grams or 0.17 Newton. If the tension is set lower than that, it will just start to fall down. But you like to have a higher tension, and normally about 0.22 Newton, and therefore you make some jerk movements like this, and then it should take out some thread. With some experience you will know the right tension when you do that. But it is harder to set a completely other tension than just above 0.25 Newton. If you want to set 0.5 Newton, it can be difficult this way. With a dynamometer you can set the thread tension to whatever you want. With a thick thread as I have here, I would normally set it to more than that, and on these shuttles I will typically go up to 0.8 Newton or something like that with this TEX 135 thread. When you got a dynamometer as I have, I of course measure bobbin thread tension with this dynamometer. I can see that with the yo-yo method I got about 0.2 Newton with it. What you should be aware of when you're using it is that it is dependent on how you hold this shuttle when you pull the thread. This can alter the thread tension you measure. With a new kind of thread or fabric, I of course make some test sewing, and in this way I find out what the optimal needle size is and the thread tensions to be used. Then I write these findings down in a table. After a couple of years I have got a quite large table, and now I am fast to find the right values for a new project. I hope this video will help you to set the right bobbin thread tension. Thank you.